Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast. So I've been busy since the last episode. I've been using this turtle a lot. Let me check my game sound. Seem loud? Nope, they're fine. I've been using this turtle a lot, chopping down trees. I've been smelting the logs into charcoal manually because I don't have enough tech things to do it automatically for me. So I've used these iron furnaces, and if you don't know, these iron furnaces, a regular furnace will smelt 8 items with 1 piece of coal. These iron furnaces appear to smelt 10 items with 1 piece of coal. So to get one of these, you basically make a furnace out of iron, or you can take one of your old furnaces, and I believe it's 5 iron added to it to make the iron furnace. So you can kind of upgrade as you go, is not throw away the old and then make the new stuff. So that's kind of cool. So this chest right here, pretty much full of charcoal now. The chest where the turtle has been depositing its wood is almost full. I could upgrade these chests and make them, I think, into gold chests and then diamond chests or something like that, and keep expanding how much storage is in them. And I believe they go up to a crystal chest size, which is super huge inventory. Might do that in the future once we get some resources going. For now, I'm kind of stuck. I don't have any tin, and I found out that the tin only appears, I believe it's level 25 to 50, and I've been mining on level 12, so never going to find tin. So I need to do something about that. I got a good plan for that, and I think you guys will like it too. I've been killing zombies. I've been killing a lot of mobs actually during the nighttime. I've needed to collect bone meal, and I don't have a skeleton grinder or a mob trap set up, so I've had to do this all manually. I've gone around killing mobs at nighttime, which means using my sword a lot. And using my sword and making new ones, my iron supply is getting low. I'm down to 33 pieces of iron, which is enough to make a set of armor, maybe a few more tools, but yeah, that's not doing well at all. I want to fix this situation as well. While I've been fighting monsters at nighttime, I've killed many zombies, and they have dropped potatoes and carrots, actually. So I've been growing potatoes and carrots. I get rid of all these other things I was growing in my farm over here. Should all now be potatoes. At one point it was like half potatoes, half carrots, and I just kind of switched all the way over to potatoes. I'm still not sure which one's the better food, carrots or potatoes. I know you have to cook potatoes. I think I just said potatoes about 100 times right there. I know you have to cook these things in order to eat them to get the proper amount of food healed or hunger healed. So carrots might be better that you don't have to cook them. I don't know. Okay. So I've moved the rubber trees around. I've planted some new ones. I've collected some rubber from these things using a tree tap. I have it somewhere. Tree tap here. And I also made another turtle for later. Yeah, I've been using this tree tap. If you've never made one of those before, you need this to collect rubber, and it's just like that. In the previous versions of Feed the Beast, you wouldn't be able to use this fir wood. This fir wood, since it comes from a different mod, was incompatible with whichever mod it is that has the rubber trees in it. So you'd have to use like birch, spruce, pine, or oak wood. But now in this later version, they've integrated the fir wood planks into all the crafting recipes, so all the work that my turtle's been doing over there collecting wood, this wood will help me for every purpose of wood that I need. Okay, so we can stick that back for now, and you see I collected some extra potatoes here, and just got a bunch of food on me. Okay, so like I was saying, I am in need of tin. I can't really progress in doing what I need to do without tin, so I think it's time to make another program for my turtle to do a different job. We're full up on coal, we are full up on wood. No purpose for this turtle being over here anymore for now. Of course, later on, if I need more wood, I will bring him back and he can continue his job. So let me get over here. Let's move the turtle first of all. Oh, hey. These leaves are in my way. Let me break some of these leaves. Okay, and then get back up here. Yeah, I have another turtle, but I've already programmed this one, so it makes it easier just to use this guy again. So what I want to do is still jump off like a fool into this water. Come on. I want to move the turtle all the way over jump up here without falling again. I want to move the turtle all the way over there, I believe. I'm going to start a branch mine, or have him start a branch mine, or a PokeHole mine, whichever you want to call it. Right there, I think. That'll be fine. So let's go into the Lua command prompt. Let's do... I'm going to give him some fuel. I don't know how much he has, so turtle... Select one. Whoops. Select one. You can press up to get the command you just typed, or a whole bunch of different commands, all the ones you've typed in there, I believe. I don't know how many it stores in there, but it should be enough for you to repeat a command over again. So let's do turtle refuel. Let's just take 2 coal and turtle up. We'll do turtle turn to the right. Okay, so now he's above that chest. It's facing this way, and that's about 50 blocks. If he runs into something, he'll stop. So I can do for I equals 0. Yeah, I equals 0 to 50. Do turtle forward end. So you can type this all in one line. This is a correct for loop. It's going to go from 0 to 50, which is actually 51 since we're starting at 0. But he's going to move forward 50 blocks or 51 or until he runs into something. So let's just send him on his way all the way over here. This is awesome. I love these things. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck over the water. It'll be kind of a pain to try and get to his command prompt again. Okay, so there he goes. He's stuck in the tree. Can't go any further. So let me see if I can... No, we can't. Come on. Click on him. Take it. Oh, man. These guys are great. Okay. Turtle, turn right. Let's just make him do that. Turtle forward. We'll make him go forward a couple of blocks. We want him to turn... Is that to the right again? Yeah, and we'll make him go forward a few blocks again. And then we can do while turtle detect down equals false. Do turtle down end. So if as long as he doesn't have any blocks below him, he's going to go down. So this should move him all the way to ground level. Oop. Why did he not go? Oh, it is false, and I told it while it is not false, while it's true to do that. So while that is false, go down. There we go. Ah, silly me. Okay, so I think I want to have him start on this block. So let's move him forward a couple more spots. Let's go forward, forward, turn right, and forward. Okay, so this is where he's going to start. Since it's nighttime, let me go ahead, sleep till day, and then I'll go over the program that he's about to execute. Again, I've wrote this and tried it in creative mode, so I'm pretty sure it's going to work here. I might have a typo or two, but I think I made a little bit, I was a little bit more careful this time to hopefully not have any more typos in this program. Okay. So let's go into here, let's exit out of this, and let's edit PokeHole. This is my function, my program, to make the turtle go down to a certain depth. Whatever we specify here, that's how far down he's going to go. And then the length is how long we want the branch mine, the PokeHole mine to be. So let's see. I think I want the turtle to go down to level 30. And this is going from feet level. So, whoops, T. So we're at 64 at our feet. We're at 65 at our eye level. So I want him to go down 34 blocks. And that should be, he'll start mining right at level 30. So let's change this to depth of 30. And then I'm going to want him to go, let's say, for 100 blocks. In one direction, he'll be doing poke holes either side of him. Alright, so let's go kind of a high-level version of what we're doing here. So I'm defining all these functions. This is everything that the turtle is going to be doing. These are all the commands it's going to know for this program to work. So the first thing it's doing is it's checking the fuel. And this check fuel function takes, well, I guess I should probably come up here and show you this variable. It makes sure it has enough fuel to go this length. The fuel needed variable, this gets set by, this is kind of complicated to explain, but the length of the tunnel, right? And then every 3 spots, it's going to do poke holes on either side. And to go 5 blocks one direction and then back again, and then 5 blocks the other direction and back again, it needs to move 20 spots. So every 3 blocks for the length, so we're taking the length divided by 3 and then we're timesing that by 20. That's the amount of distance it needs to move for these poke holes. Then we're adding the length of the tunnel going one direction and then back again so we can get back out. So we're doubling the length, so that would be 200 here. And then we are coming back up from how far down it went. So we go down 30 blocks and we have to come back up 30 blocks. So it needs to take this into account too, so it doesn't get stuck anywhere. So the length of the poke holes plus double length of the tunnel plus double length of how far down it's going. So check fuel, it makes sure that the turtle has enough fuel in its system to go that distance. If it doesn't, it's going to select slot 1. It is going to, oh, do I have this thing? Oh, I was in creative mode earlier. Let me take this off. Done. Yeah. It's going to check the fuel level to make sure it has enough fuel to do all that. If it doesn't, it's going to select slot 1. It's going to keep using the charcoal until it has enough fuel to do this. Okay, then it's going to check the torches, make sure it has enough torches here. This should not be fur. This should actually be torches, and this should not be bone meal. These are going to be ladders. So it's going to check to make sure it has enough torches here for the length. It needs to place a torch below it every 10 blocks to make sure there's no mobs are going to spawn in this tunnel. So it's going to check the length divided by 10 and make sure the torch count is above that. If it's not, it's not going to continue. It's going to say not enough torches. And then it's going to check the ladders. Ladders are going to go in slot 3 here. Again, this is going to check to make sure the ladders are above how far down it's going. If there's not enough ladders for it to go all the way down to the bottom without ladders, it's going to complain it doesn't have ladders. It's not going to continue. So I need to fill this up with ladders. Okay, and then it's going to do this function where it's going to dig down to how far down I specified. So it's going to dig down 30 blocks. Then it's going to place a torch right below it at the very bottom. And it's going to do poke holes on both sides. So it's going to dig down 30 blocks, place a torch below it, do poke holes on either side, and it's also going to be placing ladders. So it's kind of, this function right here is kind of crazy what it's doing. Then it's going to start digging a tunnel, which is a loop. This tunnel is going to go to the length of what we specified above. So it's going to go 100 blocks, and then every 3 blocks, it's going to do a function that is doing poke holes. So it's going to go to the left 5 blocks, come back to the center, and then go to the right 5 blocks, come back to the center. And then it's going to continue on doing this until it reaches the very end of the tunnel. It'll place a torch wherever it stops. Then it's right here, it's going to place that torch. It's going to turn around so it can come back. Then it's going to move to the start of the tunnel. It's going to turn around again, so it's facing the same direction it is right now. We're going to come back up to the top where it is right now. It's going to move all the way up to the same position. And then it's going to place what I'm calling a safety block. Let me save this and exit. The safety block is just a block below it. So this block right here, this is going to be missing. There's going to be no block here, but there's going to be a ladder. But it has to dig 2 blocks down, all the way down, so it can move down and it can place a block. So this will be a hole to 30 blocks below it with nothing preventing you from falling other than it sitting on top of it. So the safety block is so if you go down, you'll be on the ladder. So speaking of ladders, let me go grab some ladders. Man, let me turn that off. This is going to be fun. I'm hoping this works too. I want to show you guys this in action. This is really, really cool. I don't want to place a piece of cobblestone there. Okay, so I only have 13 ladders. Let me make some new ones. I can just use up all this fir wood since we have unlimited amount of it. Let me turn these all into sticks. Turn those into sticks. So we need the same amount of ladders or more than how far down the turtle is going to go. So 61, that's more than enough. So let me go give this guy some ladders. Okay, so here you go, buddy. Let me give you some ladders. So for this function to work, for this program to work, it has to have enough coal for it to make the journey, and it's going to make sure it has enough at the very start. It has to have enough torches, and it has to have enough ladders, and it has to be in these 3 spots. Again, I will put the source code of this program in the description below. It'll probably be a link to another thing where you can copy and paste it or whatever. But let's do this. Let's do PokeHole. No? Is it not going to work? It's doing something. Not sure why it took so long. It was doing something there. Oh, it was refueling itself. That's why. Okay, so it's digging down and placing those ladders. Now remember, we're going all the way down. Oh, did I put it to the right depth? I hope I did. I think I did depth of 34 on it. So we can kind of follow this guy down. He's placing the ladders for us, digging this tunnel. Yeah, this is really, really cool. Now, people were saying in the last video that these turtles are overpowered. Well, I guess that's true. They could be considered overpowered, but a lot of the mods in Feed the Beast could be considered overpowered as well. Like the armor that you can just have to recharge, and it's like as good as diamond. So there, place the torch, it reached the bottom. Now it's doing the first set of PokeHoles. So it's going to go 5 blocks this way, come back, and go 5 blocks this way, come back. It's going to dig 3 more blocks in this tunnel and then do the PokeHoles left and right. This is awesome. So all we have to do is look down here, down these PokeHoles that it digs, and see if there's any ore. If there is, we can mine it out. So this would be the same style of branch mine that I would be doing by hand using my iron pickaxe to dig all this out, dig these 5 blocks on both sides. Anything down here? Nope, still nothing. So yeah, I'm saving a lot of durability on my iron by not having to make all these tools and do this and have this turtle do it for me. So yeah, it's gonna move all the way down from this torch 100 blocks. What did we just find here? That's lead, I think. There's some ore there, some aluminum there, or aluminium, however you want to pronounce it. What is this? This is that silver? No, that's tin. There's our tin ore. Haha. So this turtle is already paying off. Very, very cool. So I can either follow it down here or just kind of AFK and wait for it. It'll be done, and once it's done, it'll go all the way up to the top, place a block behind it, and just sit there. So you'll know it's done because it'll just be at the surface instead of digging more. That must be lead, I think. Yeah, that's lead. I don't think I really care about lead, but I might as well grab it anyway, and there's some iron. Oh man, now if only I could program one of these turtles to be like, oh hey look, there's an ore, let me mine it out, and then if it sees more ores around, it'll continue to mine it out and just do everything for me. Well, I guess I don't really need to mine coal. I have infinite charcoal, and charcoal does the same thing as coal, so I should probably just not waste my time mining that. Is there another quartz up there? Oh no, that's that PokeHole. That's why there's a space. I thought there was another quartz crystal there. Okay, so let me go ahead and fill this all back up. Not really necessary to do, but I like my branch mines where monsters don't spawn in it. And I don't want to have to waste extra torches to light things up. Yeah, there was a quartz crystal right here. Let me go ahead and take that. Awesome. So what else we got here? Oh, iron at the end of this one, so I can go ahead and mine down here and grab that iron. Oop, I wanted to place a torch and I took all my torches. Yeah, so this is probably going to be how I collect the rest of my starting resources until I have enough tin to do the next upgrade that I need. Also, I should probably take my torch back. These don't need torches since they're only 1 block. Nothing can spawn in there. Nothing back there. Got some more tin. Very good. Some of that ore, whatever that is. Oh yeah. This is awesome. But yeah, like I was saying, some people were saying that the turtles were overpowered because I was able to get all those trees and do all that stuff with basically using one bone meal. And yeah, that's true, but a lot of the things in this mod pack are kind of overpowered. Like I was saying, the armor where you just recharge with power. I forget which mod pack it is. One of those. They have armor that's just powered through and look at all this tin. That's just powered through just the regular energy you get. That's free energy. You store it up in a battery, and once it's charged, oh, his inventory must be full. Let me see if I can get some blocks out of him. He's just gonna be leaving this stuff on the ground. Oh, look at this. He's already collected some other things. That's pretty cool. Grab all this stuff out of him. I should probably make this better. Whoop, kind of getting lost where I'm at. I should probably make this better by putting a chest at the beginning, or have it dig down or something. Place a chest somewhere where it can go and restock, dump all the things out of its inventory. Maybe a version 2 of this program. Oh man, this is... What is that? That's more tin? There's some uranium, I think. Oh, I almost walked in front of him. I don't want to get in front of this guy or it'll mess things up. But yeah, like I was saying, he places torches every 10 blocks. So if we look at F3 and we look at... Where is it? The block light? I think he could actually place these every 12 blocks. But if we go down, the lowest the light level gets is at block light 8, which is at my head level, which means it's block light 9 down there. So I think he could probably space these torches out 2 more blocks between, so maybe every 12. But this is good enough. So the torches prevent monsters from spawning. PokeHoles prevent me from having to waste my tools doing all these PokeHoles. And then he's going 100 blocks, so he shouldn't get out of the unloaded chunk area. If you have him going so far out of where the chunks are loaded, like over 130 blocks away, it's possible he will go into an unloaded chunk, and at that point, the program will stop working. So yeah, be careful about that. 100 blocks should be pretty safe around here for me to go over to my bed. There might be monsters or creepers or things right above me. Gotta be careful. Yeah, I just want to get over to my bed, sleep till day, and just kind of wait for him to get done doing all those poke holes. Then we can go check out the entire branch mine, see what kind of stuff he's uncovered and what kind of things he's collected. Okay, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, well, the turtle has stopped, and it didn't stop where I expected it. And the problem that it stopped right there is because of gravel. I'm not having it check to see after it digs if the block in front of it still exists, and that is kind of a problem. Maybe I should have it check if move forward equals false. I believe when you do one of those move commands, it returns true if it made that move, or false if it couldn't move. Yeah, the gravel definitely is going to be a problem, so I'm going to have to modify the program to account for that. But as you can see, the turtle's made some pretty good progress. This should be almost 100 blocks. There was another spot over here where it's trying to dig forward, and it didn't quite go... Yeah, right here. There was gravel falling down in front of it, so it didn't go 2 blocks between each one of these poke holes. It kind of got stuck right here, and I had to manually dig out some of the gravel for it to go. But yeah, that's kind of throwing it off. But it's fixable. I can definitely write some code to account for that. So I haven't really seen what ores were down here. It seems like we got some tin and some of that bauxite. I think that's more aluminum. Yeah, this is awesome. I think that's apatite ore or apatite jewels. I'm not sure. And anything else? Got some coal. Don't really care about that. Some whatever that is. And yeah. So I think I'm going to have to get this turtle. Yeah, it's completed, but it didn't do it the proper way because of the gravel. So I need to modify the program to account for that. So let's go into Lua, and I want to do turtle fern. I want the turtle to turn left, so it should be facing me, right? And then I want to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So for I equals 0, 2, 3, do turtle forward end. Now let me get out of the way. Okay. And we will do the same thing again. So let me back up. So I have some room to move. And now before we do this, I want the turtle to turn to left. Turn left. And I don't want to go 3. I want to go 100. So this should work. And then it should follow me all the way down. And once it gets to the ladder, it should stop because I can't go forward anymore. It should only be 100 blocks down. Probably a little less because it had some problems with the spacing because of gravel and other gravity blocks. So it should make it all the way over here. Unless it runs out of fuel. I think it should have enough fuel to make it. Because it did that. It counted how many blocks it needed, and with all the poke holes and all that stuff, it should have the same amount of fuel in it. Okay, here we go. And it should stop right in front of me. Okay, so let's do, we want the turtle turn left, so it should turn all the way around. It's going to do left twice, and then it's going to go from I equals 0 to, we want it to go 34, I believe is how far down it went, and then we want it to go up. So it should turn around and go all the way up to where it came from. These things are so cool. I love them. Looks like it goes a little bit faster than me going up the ladder. Oh, hey, where are you going? Maybe you didn't go down 34. Did I have him just go down 30? Turtle. Down. Okay, yeah. I guess he just went down 30. Let's see. Exit. Edit. Poke hole. No. Yeah, edit poke hole. Yeah, I had him go down 30 instead of 34, so I think that might have been a problem. I wanted him to mine at level 30, and I think he was probably mining at level 34, which is fine. I mean, that's not a big deal. But I also want this guy to find... Let's see, I want him to find some copper, which spawns between level 40 and 75. And I'm going to want, well, obviously diamonds. So maybe I should have him make another one of these things over here, going all the way down to diamond level and just heading out this way for 100 blocks. That should be something I could do. I'm going to modify the program just a little bit, so it's going to account for gravity blocks like gravel. It's going to do a check every time it digs in front of it to make sure that it's going to do a check every time it tries to move forward to make sure that returns true. And if not, it's going to dig again. I think that will be the appropriate way to make this happen. The only problem with that is if it runs into an enemy or a mob or a cow or whatever, it can't move forward into it. It just won't happen. It won't let the turtle won't move. It'll return false if there's an entity in front of it, I believe. So that could cause a problem. I don't really know what else we could do to fix that. But let me grab some more ladders. I'm thinking we're going to need another 50 ladders or so. And I'm going to make him do one of these PokeHole mines this direction at diamond level. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So I've modified the program this turtle is running a little bit. I've done a couple of things here. The first thing I do, or the first thing I did, is when it tries to do a dig command and it moves forward, before it was just assuming if it dug and then it moved forward, it would be able to move forward. But I have since then made a dig command. So let me edit PokeHole, not exit, edit. Edit PokeHole. Let's take a look at this function called dig. Okay, so this function called dig. What it's going to do is it's going to jump into a loop here, and it's going to make sure there's a block in front of it. And while there is a block in front of it, it'll do these commands down here. So if there's a block in front of it, it is going to try and dig that block, and then it's going to sleep for half a second. Now, I've tried this. I had to try this in creative. There was a bunch of different variables to try, but basically it seems like sleep for half a second is enough time for any gravity blocks in front of it to fall down, and then for it to detect there's a block in front of it. So if it has to dig, it's going to keep doing this until there's no block in front of it, and then it's going to move on. So it's basically the same thing it was doing before, except this just takes care of the problem with gravel or sand. Okay, and then I want this turtle to do a diamond mine now. So we're going down 52 blocks. It's sitting at level 64, so 52 blocks below that is level 12. Yeah, so 52 blocks below where it's sitting right now is level 12. And I also want to show you guys what it's doing here with not enough fuel and all this stuff. Before these functions, they kind of had a problem. If there wasn't enough fuel, it would just spit out this message, not enough fuel, and then it'd still continue on try and do it. Now I've changed it up so it returns false if there's not enough fuel, or it returns true if there was enough fuel and it was able to refill itself. So all the way down here where we had all those commands before, let me get down here, all the way down. Okay. So before I just had doing a check fuel, check torches, and check ladders. All those were in line with all of these things, but now they're in an if statement. So this check fuel returns true if it had enough fuel and it was able to refuel itself. Same with the torches and checking the ladders. So if it doesn't have fuel, torches, or ladders, one of these will return false. This whole if statement will not continue, and it will just jump over all this stuff, so it won't do anything. Hopefully that makes sense. So if we exit, you can see we only have 1 charcoal, 2 torches, 23 ladders. So if we do PokeHole, it'll use the 1 fuel it has. It sees that it still doesn't have enough fuel, and the program exits. So if we throw in a stack of charcoal here, it should use up all those charcoal, return true, and then it's going to go on to the torch function, see it doesn't have enough torches, and then it's going to say, yep, not enough torches. There we go. Yeah, I don't think I have enough torches actually for this to work, so let me make some more. So let me turn this regular coal into torches. Okay, and I think that should fill up its stack. Pretty close. Alright, so now it has enough torches, it has enough fuel, but not enough ladders. So let's make it happy with the ladders. And now this should work. Now, where it places the ladder, I guess it's kind of random. It seems to face this direction almost all of the time. I don't know if there's any way to fix that or not, but that's fine, because once it digs all the way down and comes back up, it's going to have that safety block here. So it'll be like that. So we will only be able to go down this way anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But yeah, this guy should be digging all the way down to Y12. I think we can go down there and follow him. Make sure this is all working as planned. Hold shift. I don't want to get in his way, because if I'm in his way, I don't think it'll be able to work properly. So we're at Y43 here. Ooh, yeah, this will be interesting. Ah, look at that. I had a place on the other side. What's going to be interesting... Oh, is this a poke hole from the other thing? Yeah, this must be. Okay, I was like, where's that light coming from? What I don't know what's going to happen is if this guy goes into lava or if there's water in front of it. I don't know if that detect command is going to freak out. These are things that we're just going to have to play around with and figure out. Oh, so there's some redstone. Is that diamond? I can't tell if that's diamond or that fake diamond. Let me, Y16. What is this? This is not diamond, I don't think. No, it's that, other ore. But now we are down to, Y. Okay, so my feet are Y11, but he's at Y12. So this is what we want. Yeah, and then I'll continue to do this branch mine, and it should be going for 100 blocks. Redstone, that's awesome. Oh, man. So I don't have a way for this thing to deposit any of its ore. If it fills up an inventory, it's just going to be leaving things on the ground. So I think what I am going to do is I'm just going to manually follow it around until it gets to about where it needs to be. Put a chest right here and just kind of dump its inventory into that chest for it. Oh, yeah. So we're finding gold. Is that emerald? I'm not sure what that is. That might be emerald. Redstone. I think those are sapphire. Oh, yeah. So it's just a matter of time before we run into diamonds. I should get enough diamonds to be able to make that quarry. I still have to go into the nether and get the stuff for a blast furnace. We'll probably do that next episode, but for now, man, this is going to be awesome. We're going to get all the resources we need. This thing's going to do our branch mining for us, placing all of our torches down. There we go. So we can see and prevent mobs from spawning down here. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end the episode here. I think we've seen all that I wanted to show today, so thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.